you are paid £2,000 a day. Is that correct?
That's the official rate.
Right.
I'll
so £2,000
comment
a
on that in a
day
second.
for 2 days a week, roughly.
On average, if you were to run it that way.
So that equates to £200,000 a year, which is more than the First Minister earns. So that's quite a colossal amount. I mean, it's a huge amount. It makes you want to. I actually don't know whether you're a civil servant or on what basis you're employed, but it's a lot of money. And I can do without chuntering from a left because it is a lot of money, and I think we're entitled to know what we're getting for our money. So what does £200,000 a year get us from you?
Well, first of all, as I said earlier, the majority of the work I do, I don't charge the government for. So you're actually getting an awful lot more than 8 days a month's work. And as I said earlier, the Stewart Review, which I think is going to be a transformational programme for this country, I've spent about 400 hours on that. Haven't charged anybody for that. I'm not sure how much free work you do for the government, but I do a lot for the government. The second thing is that £2,000 a day is what typically a junior consultant in Ernst & Young or Accenture will be charged out at. Now, I have 30 years' experience of supporting the tech sector here in Scotland. I've got a lot of expertise. I've worked with hundreds of companies. I've employed well over 1,000 people in that task. I know a lot about it. So you're getting a lot of expertise for that money. What are you getting for the money? Well, you've got a Scottish Technology Ecosystem Review, which has essentially profoundly transformed the policy direction of the tech sector in Scotland. You're getting my stewarding of that through a complex implementation. You'll see, for example, we've set up the Tech Scaler Network, which is I'd say probably a first worldwide in terms of its combination of incubation, founder education, town square dynamics, and a platform to build on to create a great environment for our startups to compete. You're getting that. We've set up the Ecosystem Fund to stimulate the network of entrepreneurs and their confidence and their peer learning abilities. That's been put in place. We've set up a number of initiatives in education to dramatically improve our performance in computing science education. We've set up the Scottish Teachers Advancing Computing Science Network, which is taking teachers and putting them in the front line of decision making so they can influence policy, curate best practice and share it with teachers around the country. We're about to launch the teacher upskilling programme that ensures that our teachers are properly skilled and qualified in computing science to make the subject interesting and engaging for students. We've got, again, another world first in how that's done. It's a network of teachers training teachers, so it's very novel. We've got a whole set of new resources going into teaching in terms of resources for teachers so they can teach first and second year students in a better way so they get more interested. So we've got that running. We're in advanced stages of defining the entrepreneurial campus that takes our universities from just creating tech graduates and instead creates entrepreneurial tech graduates, and that's going to be transformational. So that's, of course, been a lot of work. We are in advanced stages of setting up a scale-up fund in Scotland so that we have the ability to supply large-scale capital to scaling companies. That takes an awful lot of time to do. There's other things in the ecosystem review, but that's just some of the things I'm spending some of my time on. The next thing is the Stewart Review I mentioned earlier, which I think will have, if we implement it, will have a profound effect on participation rates for women in entrepreneurship and also for ethnic minorities. And beyond that, I'm working to extend those ideas, use those as a platform to build additional improvements in how we think about entrepreneurship in this country. I'd be very happy to go into details on that shortly, but I'll summarise that there. So there's quite a lot going on, and I'm working with lots of other people to do it, but I don't feel that it's not directional or it's not valuable to the country. We can argue about what number is the right number, but I think you're getting value for money for what I'm doing. And as I say, the headline rates are not actually what the country is paying for my time, because at my choice, my decision, the major reports that I write, I choose to do for free.
Okay. I mean, the reason for asking these questions is it gives you a chance to say all that, which is really, really, really useful. I've just got one more question, if that's okay.
If it's brief,
or we can move on. It's up to you, convener.
If it's brief, that's
yeah. It's just about you're obviously involved in some other companies. One of them's in Travel Nest, which has had money from government. I just wonder if you see there's a conflict of interest, potential conflict of interest there.
There's a potential conflict of interest there, which is why I've done two things. The first is I've been very careful not to involve myself in those kind of decisions. The second is I've resigned that non-exec position to ensure there's no conflict.
Okay.